It probably wouldn't have lasted much longer. The roof would probably been plumb in.
Well, it gets cold out there, you can't understand it, especially in that back room back there.
The roof's the biggest difference where it leaks so bad. Because it leaked really bad back there in that bedroom.
They've taken in 6 of their grandchildren, and they only have 1 bedroom.
It's hard to sleep in one bed if I was young. Them beds, I had them ever since I've been little. They don't go home.
The fact that we had other homes up the holler meant that I would have to drive by it every single day. And until we as a staff exasperated every option that we had, I wouldn't feel comfortable with myself, letting me know that I didn't do everything I could to help this family.
When you hear the word poverty, you have an image of what it looks like, what it feels like, what it must be like. But until you meet someone, a real live person or a family who lives in poverty, you can't really know what it is like. Until you meet and accept a person or family right where they are, just the way they are, you can't understand what it is like to live in poverty. Since its founding in 1969, ASP has been doing just that, accepting people right where they are, just the way they are. And in doing so, ASP has been providing life-changing opportunities for volunteer service in the service of those in need.
No one has a crack in their window and calls ASP. ASP is called when a roof is on the verge of caving in, or if a family's in a wheelchair and they have no way of getting in their house. Projects that are really gonna make a huge difference and that they've already exasperated every single option that they have. ASP really is the last option for most families.
Well, it's leaking in there in the kitchen and that whole back room back there. Every time it rains, you'd have to put buckets on it to catch the water. Yeah, I appreciate what they've done, and if it hadn't been blessed, the house was going to fall.
For Marion and Velda, the results are dramatic. Their home in Perry County, Kentucky, where ASP has a year-round permanent center, was made warmer, safer, and drier with a new roof system, a totally renovated bedroom, and an additional sleeping room for their 6 grandchildren who live with them. ASP's work is focused in Central Appalachia's poorest communities in 5 states: Kentucky, North Carolina, Tennessee, Virginia, and West Virginia. Since 1969, ASP has deployed over 300,000 volunteers and has repaired more than 15,000 homes. This year alone, over 17,000 volunteers will come to serve. The result will be that almost 600 homes badly in need of repair will be made more livable, and life-altering experiences will shape a new generation of youth and the adults who work alongside them. Hope. At the end of every mission trip with ASP, this is what is discovered by volunteers. This is what is left behind for families. Hope.
The people in the area, they don't have much hope. They've never been able to get out of the poverty that they're in. And when they have volunteers coming from all over the country and coming in and offering their help, it brings them hope that there is something else, that there's something better.
As we started working on the project and moving things around, the family started getting involved. They ask me every day when we leave, can I do something for you tonight? They've been out here every day cleaning up around here. And I think they're starting to see the hope that we're giving them, and they're starting to take that pride.
To put a new roof on a home, there's no way our families could afford to do that. And so when we step in, it makes a huge difference for the family. And honestly, it goes beyond that, though. We show them that we care about them, and we literally become the hands and feet of Christ.
With this newfound hope comes an energized life that can be seen on the faces of those families ASP serves, and in their step or dance, as the case may be. It is in working and listening, sharing stories and laughing, praying and dancing that hope is made alive, and God can be seen in the touch of a fellow human and in the work of one's hands. For the grandchildren of Marion and Velda, what ASP volunteers provided was hope in the form of beds of their very own. For the first time ever, these children have experienced what most everyone takes for granted: a warm, dry bed of their own.
Hey, you gotta jump down though.
There you go.
That's pretty.
Yeah, because it's going to be your sheets.
Let me see. Just like that? Man, that bed is bigger than you are.
With poverty rates increasing over the past few years, and with so many still living in conditions that are unbelievable to most Americans, ASP stands ready to do more with your help.
We're given $550 per home per week in order to complete the projects that we're given.
There are two main resources we need are volunteers, and then we need financial resources so that our ministry can grow. And so we'd like to go from 16,000 volunteers to 26,000 volunteers in just a period of 5 years. And we would like to almost triple our resources during that time. So we have a large vision, but the only reason we have a large vision is because the need's so great.
%26% of people in our community live below the poverty level. That's a huge number.
We're able to serve 1 out of 5 families who come to us for help. And to turn someone away, someone that you know the next rainstorm is going to flood their home, that you know that the next cold front that comes through, that the kids are going to be shivering in their beds.
The service that y'all do for our community is invaluable, and there are so many people that would not be able to get services or repairs done on their homes if it weren't for organizations like ASP.
To have to call someone and say, you know what, I know that your house is falling apart, but we don't have the money or the volunteer labor at this point right now to fix that home, and you're gonna have to go another year. Possibly, I mean even more. We could eventually never work on their home.
You have to call that family and tell them that their home isn't too bad of condition because we don't have the volunteers and we don't have the money in order to repair it.
If you want to give your money to an organization that's going to change lives, both the lives of the people whose homes you work on and the lives of the volunteers, then ASP is where you need to put your money.
You can't really grasp until you go, until you experience, until you walk on the work site, pick up your tools, meet the family, and really dive in.
If something's not right in my world, in my little piece of the pie, then I'll get really upset with it sometimes, and I have to realize somebody less than I do, they have a much better spirit and a much better attitude about it.
I think ASP takes what's here already and creates something better out of it, something warmer, safer, drier.
ASP for me has been just a roller coaster of amazingness.
And I thought if a program can have that effect on a teenager in 1 week, I need to give them everything I got.